chased him up the cheek.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Want no more treatment like that.
Today is February 12th, 2024. This is your regular edition of the Lavaca County Commissioners Court, and we will start with a confirmation of roll call. Precinct 1.
Here.
Precinct 2.
Here.
Precinct 3.
Here.
Precinct 4.
Present.
And the judge is here, so let the record reflect that all 5 of us are here. And with that, we will officially call this meeting to order, and we'll start with the invocation. I'm going to ask Mr. Wayne Fairclough to lead us in our invocation.
Father, we pause this morning and just recognize that you control everything in our lives and everything in the world, and you do it with ease, and yet you care for us. I pray you give us wisdom and faith and courage and grace to walk through this day and to do the best that we possibly can for the people of this county and people of the state. We just thank you for your goodness to us, and we ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Now our pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On honor of the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Oh, thank you, Wayne. Very beautiful prayer. Before we get started, do we have any announcements? I know we have one. We can do that first. Ms. Janice, if you want to come forward. Ms. Janice Richardson asked to speak on behalf of the League of Women Voters, so we would give her due time.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
And Commissioners, and thank you for giving me a few minutes. League of Women Voters is part of an organization that was founded in 1920 after women got the right to vote. And there are about 900 chapters all across the country, but the one here in this area is relatively new. We've been here since 2018. We are nonpartisan, which means we neither support nor oppose candidates or parties at any level of government. We are about trying to encourage people to vote and be informed voters and to participate in their government, be civically active. So one of the things that we're known for is our voters' guides, and so the voters' guides for the March primary election just came out, and our volunteers will be getting them around the community this week in time for early voting. And so this is the one that people are most familiar with. It's put together by our state league and has information about national and state candidates. For this first time this year, we're putting together an addendum for our county elections, and we invited all candidates to submit information. We include information they submit exactly as they submit it. So I just wanted to let you know that we're here, this is going to be around, and I'm happy to give you a copy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's fine. We can share it. I'll take it. We can share it in our office.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Richardson. We appreciate you. Appreciate the
Thank you much.
announcement. With that, do we have any other announcements anyone wants to bring up that didn't make the agenda? Something important that you want to say? Do? Going once? Going twice? If not, we'll move into our action agenda item. Number 1, Texas Association of Counties Service Agreement, and that's found on page 1 through 25. Madam Auditor, do you have anything you want to bring up on that?
This is our standard contract. We renew with them every year.
Okay.
All right.
Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Motion made by Precinct 3, seconded by Precinct 4 to approve the tax service agreement as provided. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 2, discuss and approve disbursements agreement for card issuance with Tyler Technologies Rapid Financial Solutions, LLC, and that's brought to you by the Auditor's Office, found on page 26 through 39. Again, Ms. Shana, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Is this the one where we're gonna, pay our jurors with a, debit card instead of having to pay them cash or write a check?
It is that agreement. Tyler Technologies Rapid Financial Solutions is a software that will be utilized for the jurors. It can also be utilized for inmate trust fund, but Sheriff's Department already uses a debit card type process for when they release inmates. And also, it was mainly the jurors is what we were concerned about. Jurors, inmate trust, and three different. Anyway, it was mainly for the jurors, so we don't have to cut checks anymore, and they get a.
They'll just be able to leave with it that day?
Yes,
Okay.
we issue them a debit card, and they can immediately go to the bank and draw the cash out, or they can use it as a debit card.
And then after a few, then if it's not any good, funds come back to the county.
Yes, the funds do come.
Like
back
after
to
a
the
90-day period, they don't use it, they lose it, right? Comes back to it. Okay.
It is something we're.
Well, that'll help things speed along good.
Well, it'll just mainly help for the jurors,
Right.
because a lot of them don't cash their checks.
Okay.
And it's a long process, issuing them and then voiding them and
Right.
that process occur.
All right, with that, I'm making a motion to approve this, say that word,
Disbursements?
thank you, agreement for card issuance with Tyler Technologies Rapid Financial Solutions.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4, to approve the disbursements agreement for card issuance with Tyler Technologies Rapid Financial Solutions, LLC. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 3, acknowledge the monetary donation from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $1,500 as unbudgeted revenue. Do I hear a motion?
Yes. Motion.
I heard first from precinct 1, second by precinct 4. Motion made by precinct 1, second by precinct 4, to acknowledge the monetary donation from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $1,500 as unbudgeted revenue. Any discussion?
Thanks to Capital Star Oil
Thank
and
you,
Gas.
Capital Star. We do appreciate you, Capital Star, and all that you've done for the county. We understand our first responders are there to protect you, and you give us a little extra just because of the nature of the business that you're in. We appreciate it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Next, same as the 3, but to a different department, acknowledge the monetary donation from Capital Star Oil and Gas to the Lavaca County EMS Department in the amount of $1,500 as unbudgeted revenue.
So moved.
Motion made by precinct 4,
Second.
second by precinct 3, is what I heard first. Any discussion?
Again, thank you, Capital Star.
Thank you, Capital Star, we do appreciate it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 5, accept monetary donation of $200,000 from the Dixon Allen Foundation to the Lavaca County EMS for the remount and refurbish of two ambulances. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4, to accept the monetary donation of $200,000 from the Dixon Allen Foundation to the Lavaca County EMS for the remount and refurbishing of 2 ambulances. Anyone want to comment on that? Decker, come forward.
Thank you, Dixon.
Mr. Tim Decker, Assistant EMS Chief, is coming forward this time.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Yeah, so, I mean, it kind of comes as no surprise that Dixon Allen has again donated to the county and to our department for this $200,000. We just want to say thank you very much. Anytime we reach out to Dixon Allen, they're always willing to help. And $200,000 is quite a bit of money for us to offset the cost
a lot
of
of
these two
money.
remounts. So we do appreciate them, we appreciate y'all's support, but most of all, they are always willing to help. So we really do appreciate them and all they do for us in our department. We wouldn't be able to run as efficiently as we do without them. So,
Absolutely.
well, thank you.
All right, thank you for all y'all do at the EMS, and thank you Dixon Allen Foundation for contributing to our EMS department. It's just a total blessing to have you guys support us. With that, we had a motion by precinct 3, second by precinct 4. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. All right, turning the page. Agenda item number 6, acknowledge the proclamation renewing the governor's disaster proclamation concerning border security. That's found on page 42 and 43. Again, the governor's office keeps renewing this and sending us the notices, so we're just acknowledging that the governor's still has a disaster proclamation in place concerning our border security. And it's, I know it's front and center on all the nightly news, but it does affect us.
And I recommend that we acknowledge the proclamation, renewing the governor's disaster proclamation concerning border security.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to acknowledge the proclamation renewing the governor's disaster proclamation concerning border security. Any other commentary, any comments, anything else? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 7, acknowledge the governor's proclamation declaring and renewing a state of disaster in a certain number of counties based on the existence of serious drought conditions that pose an imminent threat of widespread or severe damage, injury, or loss of life or property. That's found on page 44 and 46. Do I hear a motion?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I recommend that we acknowledge the governor's proclamation declaring and renewing a special disaster in a certain number of counties based on the existence of serious drought conditions that pose an imminent threat of widespread or severe damage, injury, or loss of life or property.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to acknowledge the governor's proclamation. Any other discussion? And just we want to comment on it that just because we're not in a burn ban, we've had significant rainfall, we're still listed in one of those counties that are in a severe drought as far as rainfall, rain capture, rainfall capture. So, any other comments? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 8, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Ryan Pope, and that's found in precinct 3, page 47 to 56.
Yes, it's 6 lots on County Road 368. 4 of those lots will come in straight off the county road. And then he has, it'd be like considered 2 flag lots. He's gonna have 2 separate entrances to each property in the backside of the big property. And our requirements are 60 foot wide for the entrance. And actually, if you add these together, he has 150 foot right of way to get to those 2 places in the back.
I'm sure one entrance is 65 foot wide, one is 87.
Right.
Foot.
If they're gonna do it together or one, but he has more than enough room to do that.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Ryan Pope.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Ryan Pope. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Next, number 9, discuss and or approve appointing a Lavaca County Treasurer to replace Karen Bluder, who has announced her pending retirement on April 1st, 2024. I have to inform the court we've had only one qualified application. That qualified application came in from Tammy Kurth. Tammy Kurth started her career in banking. She has 3 years of banking experience, 3 years of bank teller experience. She moved on to the private sector for 19 years of private accounting experience, working with various private companies. Some were large companies. She has 3.5 years of experience with as deputy clerk in the tax assessor's office. She moved over here to the courthouse 6 months ago to serve as deputy treasurer. She's also served as secretary treasurer of the Speaks Community Center, and she's a community leader on top of that. So that's what we have from our one qualified applicant. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Yes.
Is that everybody said? Everybody made a motion? I think I heard motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 1. Motion made by precinct 1, motion by precinct 3, second by precinct 1 to approve appointing Tammy Kurth is our Lavaca County Treasurer to replace Karen Buda when she steps down on April 1st, 2024. Do we have any other comments or concerns?
Karen, we probably could stretch it a little bit if you want to stay a little longer.
As I see Karen's smiling face, and Ms. Tammy Kurth is in the back of the room as well. Tammy, thank you for stepping up.
Thank you.
And we
Thank you,
appreciate,
Tammy.
both of y'all for your years of service to the county. And Tammy, we look forward to working with you. With that, we had a motion by precinct 3, second by precinct 1. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Let's make sure we have a show of hands for the appointment. Show of hands, Mr. Ziegel. Let the record reflect that it was a 5-0 show of hands to appoint Tammy Kurth as that successor. And again, we should have that honor before April 1st, but that would be between y'all two. April 1st, okay. So April 1st would be that swearing date as well.
I still,
It's Easter that week before.
Is it Easter?
Sunday is Easter.
Is that April Fool's?
March 31st.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's April Fool's Day, right?
That's been kicked around here. Maybe this is just a joke that Karen's trying to pull on us, but another one of Karen Buda's jokes, but no. But anyway, thank you, Karen, for your service, and we look forward to that swearing-in ceremony for Tammy Kurth. Thank you, Tammy, for stepping up and saying yes. It's a responsibility, quite a bit of a responsibility, but you're more than qualified to handle it, and we're looking forward to it. So thank you for that. Okay, last but not least, number 10, discuss and approve the Lavaca County Commissioners Road Plan and Paving Agreement. Last court session, we introduced that we were working on a road plan and paving agreement, and I think some of you were going to do some research. Do we have anything to update the court?
Yeah, I have been out getting some quotes on some equipment, and I had Nailene putting what I've been finding in the other commissioner's mailboxes. That's about as far as it is. I'm still reaching out and talking to a couple of other different vendors about it to try to get the best pricing we can on some of this stuff.
Okay.
But I think it would definitely help. I know we're not gonna get probably rid of our contractor. He's still gonna have to help out the mine till we get our feet wet and get rolling with the whole idea of the thing.
What's the same as when we say our contractor, there's only one contractor that's
Well,
really
yeah,
servicing us
and
in
he
this
does-
area.
He does a good job, but he's
Right.
not just dedicated to Lavaca, DeWitt, and Gonzales County.
Right. I know he does a lot of work in Washington and other
Yes.
counties, so sometimes when we need him, he's not here, and that's the problem.
And I'm researching this, new versus used equipment too also.
Right.
But we get the most bang for our buck.
I did not bring that agreement that we've been working on to court. I did want to tell the court, I want to add some clauses in there that we can, how do we amend the agreement, as we go forward?
Right.
So if we do pass the agreement at some point in the future, then how do we amend it along the way? Because it is a work in progress, from taking y'all's thoughts, just talking to y'all individually and putting them down on one agreement and then getting y'all on the same page.
Right.
There's going to be some issues that come up along the way that we need to revise. But I do like the fact that this court is working together towards a road plan, and let's pave as many roads as we can.
Right.
And that's what the consist,
And do it right.
and do it right. That's correct. I've heard people complain, well, y'all just need to hire an engineer. That's the whole problem. When we get engineers involved with some of the GLO funding and everything else, I mean, they take up half the funding.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They just suck the life out of the project, and they didn't do it any different than we were going to do it.
So far, we operate by what we can afford in our budget. If it's a higher traffic road, we'll save up for that to build it better, to last longer. But, I had it asked to me how many about doing this about a civil engineer. Well, none of our roads have been civil engineered yet. And, I mean, you take the good with the bad. Sometimes they'll last 5 years, sometimes they'll last 10 or 12 years, if not longer.
Right. Just for, some things in perspective, I always like to, anytime I'm asked to speak on the subject matter in the community, 871 miles of road. If we had to pave all 871 miles of road at one time, that's $130 million minimum,
Yeah.
which we don't have. So let's say we paved $130 million worth of roads, that's going to have to be resurfaced again. It's going to have to be reclaimed, repaved again at some point within 10 years or so. So it's an ongoing battle that we pave roads, we got to go rip up the roads, rip them up and repave them. If you look at all your TxDOT roads and your state highways, I mean, every 7 to 10 years, they're ripping those roads up and paving them again. That costs a lot of money to do that. So just because we pave a road doesn't mean it's finished. It's stopped. It's never finished. You have something?
Yeah, Judge, I was going to, echo those same sentiments, but I noticed that 532, 957s in our area, and they're constantly working on it. They're constantly putting down asphalt, and there are faults in that road, which surprised me. There are holes, there are cracks where part of it is beginning to settle. And so even TxDOT, with all their engineering, and they have all the engineers are housed in Yoakum, they can't build a road that's going to withstand the pressure that we're going to put on it, because we have garbage trucks that weigh 90,000 pounds, and when they're loaded, and when they stop, the force that they exert on the road is just incredible. Their footprint is going to manage it. And we've got oil field trucks. I've got trucks coming in and out hauling oil all day long. Whoa. Is that the governor?
So NIM kid was calling.
So anyway, our roads weren't built for that. They're not built for that. And so what we're trying to do is to develop systems and processes and use the latest chemicals and supplements that will allow us to build a foundation that will withstand that kind of traffic. And so it's not simple. Everybody seems to think it's simple, but it's not. It's not simple. It requires a lot of work and a lot of preparation. And if you don't prepare it properly, it's not going to last. And so I think for us to have a road paving plan is incredibly helpful, and I just applaud you, Judge, for taking the lead in that and getting us moving along that path.
It's going to be a win-win situation, and it will. If you start with a good base, you're going to come up with a good road. But people want the road paved now. And to appease most of them, they went and paved it now. I'm not trying to put the blame on anyone, but you can't go in there and pave a dirt road. You have to have some kind of base for it to hold up, just like you said. And I have one stretch of road. I believe there are three trash companies. You got Inbox, you got White Trash, and there's one more. And all three of them are on that stretch of road. And that's 3 trucks. And it shouldn't be. Why? I don't get that. But it is, and I don't know if one charges more than the other, but that road is crumbling to pieces. So
I keep hearing as a recurring theme that the trash trucks are causing problems because they're going up and down every road every week. That needs to be looked into. I don't know what we can do about it, but something that's not, we lose sight of talking to this, and it was a hot topic. Again, the judge's office becomes complaint department central for whatever reason. It's just by default.
Well, thank you for doing that.
I appreciate Nalene Rupert for handling those phone calls and logging them in. But we're discussing 871 miles of road. Well, how many low water crossings are in there in 871 miles of road? And here lately, your heart breaks for some of these stories that, the lady contacted me that, her grandson missed his first basketball game because she got 4 inches of rain and she couldn't cross the creek and can't come to town. Well, this is the way it's always been in Lavaca County. You just can't come to town if it's raining in some of these positions. And we don't have the funds to build a $500,000 bridge. And TxDOT, helps us out where they can, but they're only building 2 bridges a year, right? On average.
On average.
On average, 2. So, and that's just replacing bridges, that's not the low water crossings. So, I mean, we've got a lot of work ahead, and we need to prioritize some things, I think, and put our money where the priorities need to be. And that's my statement on that. But we've had a lot of washouts. I mean, there was a washout that shouldn't have been a washout. I don't know whose road that was. I saw the picture. It looked like on the side of a hill, but it washed the road out because the rains were coming that fast. DeWitt County's no different. I've got some property in DeWitt County, and that last bit of rain did a number on some of those roads. But anyway, we're discussing it. We're not ready to approve anything today. Is there any other comments you want us to talk about publicly or orally? I mean, with all 5 of us in the room?
No, but you said it yourself, low water crossings and culverts, that's all I've been doing since I took over office. And so that way when you eventually get time to pave it, your bones are good underneath,
Yeah.
And that takes time and money also.
And I can't stress enough to the community, but if I see one more sign stolen, one more low water crossing gauge stolen, we've got to turn these kids in, whoever's doing it, because, someone's going to lose a life, lose their vehicle over someone stole a low water crossing sign or a depth sign. And I know it frustrates you guys. I mean, that's a lot of money that comes out of this county budget every year for someone's yard art. Signs got to stop. Anyway, that's the soapbox. Any other comments y'all want to bring up now? How are we progressing otherwise?
Good.
Good.
Well, with the last rains, we're catching up on what we needed to.
Okay.
We'll move forward with some projects already. I don't have a project waiting to be seal coated. No, I think Commissioner Cutsey on there start on his project today.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we should leave this on the agenda to keep leaving it on there till we get something moving forward. That's my take. Anybody else? Okay, so no action needed on the, there's nothing for us to approve today on item number 10, so we'll just leave that and table that for another date. Okay, consent agenda. Do we have a motion to move into consent?
So move.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by who?
4.
4. Motion made by precinct 3, second by motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to move into consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We are in consent, and our microphones will go off at this time. Ready? All right, we are out of consent agenda. Is there any other business of the court? If not, a motion to adjourn.
That's a move.
Motion made by precinct 2. Second by precinct 1. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you very much for attending today. Our next